Vice principal's sick photos of students. Exposed at school board meeting. I should have known. Something was seriously wrong when Vice Principal Walsh called me to his office for wearing a blue polo shirt that was apparently too distracting for the male students to concentrate. Let me back up and explain how I ended up in this nightmare that nearly destroyed my junior year and my family's financial stability. My name is Maya Chen, and up until 3 months ago, I thought I had everything figured out. I was junior class president with a 3.8 GPA, captain of the debate team, and working 20 hours a week at Target to help my mom pay for my little brother Danny's autism therapy. Danny is 8 years old and needs behavioral therapy twice a week that costs our family $400 a month even after insurance. Mom works double shifts as a nurse, but it's still not enough to cover everything. The scholarship I qualified for junior year was supposed to help with college prep courses and eventually cover part of my tuition if I maintained my grades and stayed involved in school activities. Losing that scholarship wasn't just about my future. It would mean Danny might have to cut back on therapy sessions that were finally helping him communicate better. I'd been dealing with what I thought were normal teenage problems until the day I accidentally witnessed something that changed everything. It was a Tuesday afternoon in early March, and I had stayed late for debate practice. I was walking to my car in the nearly empty parking lot when I saw Mrs. Rodriguez, my married English teacher, pressed up against Vice Principal Walsh behind his black SUV. They were kissing, and his hands were definitely not appropriate for a professional relationship. I froze behind another car, not knowing what to do. Mrs. Rodriguez was married to Mr. Rodriguez, who taught math at the middle school, and Walsh was supposedly this upstanding administrator who gave speeches about moral character at every school assembly. I quietly got in my car and drove home, deciding it wasn't my business and I would just pretend I never saw anything. That was my first mistake. The next morning, Mrs. Rodriguez called me over after English class. "Maya, I need to speak with you privately," she said, her voice tight with tension. "Is everything okay, Mrs. Rodriguez? I saw you in the parking lot yesterday afternoon," she said, studying my face carefully. "You seemed surprised by something." My heart started racing. I tried to play dumb. I was just tired after debate practice. "Long day, you know." "Right," she said slowly. "Well, I just want you to know that sometimes adults have complicated situations that students might not understand. It's important to focus on your own academics and not get distracted by things that aren't your concern." The warning was clear, even though she never explicitly mentioned what I had seen. I nodded and left class feeling uneasy, but I figured that would be the end of it. I was wrong. 2 days later, I got called to Vice Principal Walsh's office for the first time in my 3 years at Jefferson High. "Maya, we need to discuss your attire," Walsh said without any greeting or explanation. I looked down at my outfit. I was wearing dark jeans that came to my ankles, sneakers, and a navy blue polo shirt that covered everything appropriately. It was literally the same style of shirt I had worn dozens of times before. "I'm sorry, Mr. Walsh, but I don't understand what the issue is. The color blue can be very distracting to male students. I'm going